where only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
Your number one team in the north. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
And that concludes the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. On behalf of the entire ZNS News team here in the North, I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thanks so much for watching. At the bottom of your screen is the Bahamas Tonight, and they are coming your way next.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
First at 11, twofold success for the Royal Bahamas Police Force as its top official reports a decrease in armed robberies and significantly more illegal firearms taken off the streets. Also strong rankings from an international watchdog on aviation, the minister responsible reflecting on the sector and ongoing efforts to improve safety standards. And calls from a former cabinet minister in the Minis administration to open more rooms amid Bahamar's recent $350 million expansion announcement. The Bahamas Tonight at 11 starts now.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Royston Jones, and this is the Bahamas Tonight at 11. Thanks so much for tuning in. Police Chief Clayton Fernando patting his officers on the back for a decrease in armed robberies, while also increasing the number of guns taken off the streets so far this year. High-powered illegal firearms smuggled into the country, largely from South Florida, are notably responsible for the vast majority of killings in the country. It's a challenge the police have sought to clamp down on for years. The commissioner attributing this success in large part to good intel and the officers on patrol.
Based on the armed robberies thus far for the year, armed robbery is down. At this point, we have a total of 205 armed robbery that reported for the year, to compare with 277 last year.
So that's a big chunk.
Around this time, absolutely. And you could see the recovery of firearms. We continued the firearms task force unit. It is working. We are partnering with ATF, our U.S. partners. Thus far for the year, we have almost doubled this period last year with the recovery of firearms. And we are finding persons, individuals with firearm in the car moving from point A to B to commit crime. So that aggressive stop and search and presence out there is key to this fight.
But the recurring question remains, where are the illegal weapons coming from and how are they entering the country?
Our intel is telling us that it's coming right next door to us, our U.S. partners. Right there, it's coming from there. I will tell you, one of the weapons that was traced, that was recovered and traced back to the U.S. It was purchased like today and used in the commission of a crime, a murder, the very next day.
Wow.
So you could see how quickly, and that is troubling. We believe, and based on our intel, we know that they are coming in through couriers. We know that they are coming in through the shipping companies, appliances, are coming in vehicles, and sometimes you see it coming in parts. They will break it down, wrap it, put it in different boxes, even this cereal box, and well packaged and sealed. And we have recovered a number of firearms like that.
Senior Manager of the Compliance Unit of the National Insurance Board, Trevor Bryce, says the process to increase NIB contributions on July 1st was quite successful at all NIB stations across the country. And there's a huge financial target his compliance team expects to achieve over the next year.
We want to continue to encourage persons, to employers and self-employed persons, to pay their contributions, because those contributions allow us to be able to pay benefits. And so on a monthly basis, we've, in terms of what the figure looks like in terms of the increase, we've prior to July 1st, we had an estimate of roughly about $28 million monthly contribution collection. And with the increase, we anticipate another $4 million.
The aviation industry is strong and its professionals ranked among the world's best. That from Aviation Minister, Deputy Prime Minister Chester Cooper, as he addressed air safety standards in the Bahamas and the country's rating by the American Federal Aviation Administration. The Deputy Prime Minister says safety is paramount. He is confident, based on the country's strong ranking from the American agency, that we are doing things the right way.
I am delighted that the Bahamas was reconfirmed as Category 1 in the assessment recently done by the FAA. This is going to create significant opportunities for expansion of routes, expansion of fleets for Bahamian aircrafts. We will continue to work in line with supporting safety and progress and supporting aviation entrepreneurs generally.
The Aviation Minister also giving an update on a number of airport projects around the country. Upgrades are ongoing at Exuma International Airport. Meanwhile, the government formalized a $55 million deal with the Saudi Fund for Development, which has seen major upgrades done to the international airports in Eleuthera. This is an ambitious undertaking, as acknowledged by Mr. Cooper, and it will take some time, but he assures, though, the work is happening.
And many other airports we're working on actively, including Long Island, Black Point, Maguana, and of course Grand Bahama. We will see vertical construction in Grand Bahama soon. This is a design build, and the professionals are actively engaged. Regrettably, this takes a while. It takes a little longer than you and I would wish, but ultimately we want a world-class facility that can withstand the test of time, so we press forward.
New at 11, a once widely overlooked industry is getting some well-deserved attention. The Davis administration lending its support to the fly fishing industry and its stakeholders. Today, at a two-day flats fishing guide conclave, a pledge of $200,000 from the government that will directly go to assisting those in the industry. Marine Resources Minister, the Honourable Jomo Campbell, telling the conclave attended by representatives from each island in the country that marine resources and their conservation are the responsibility of every single Bahamian.
We are stewards of these waters, and it is our duty to ensure that future generations can enjoy the same exhilarating experience that we treasure here today. The fragile ecosystems that support our beloved species must be protected, and together we can make a difference through sustainable fishing practices and conservation efforts.
Longtime industry advocate fisherman Prescott Smith believes this is a step in the right direction. He's happy to see the industry get the recognition it deserves. He also wants it to get the placement it rightfully deserves.
We have to look at how do we empower our citizens at the end of the day, not just being second or third class in our country, but to truly be owners in our #1 industry.
Family Island tourism leaders from across the Bahamas gathering on Exuma for the inaugural Family Island Leadership Conference. This two-day event marking a significant step in continuing to strengthen the country's tourism product. Leaders engaging in robust discussions, focusing on innovative strategies to enhance visitor experience and maximize the unique appeal of each island.
We gathered all of the leadership teams from across our islands, and we collaborated. We looked at the strategy, looked at next steps. How do we continue to enhance and improve our service and also our visitor experience? Visitors from around the world come to the islands of the Bahamas, and each island is unique. We have to continue to share and to show those unique things, those fun facts, those hidden gems that you can only find in the islands of the Bahamas. We have to maintain the visitor arrivals. We have to maintain the guest experience. We have to continue to expand and grow. And so these sessions today, sharing the best practices, working with each other hand in hand, looking at the overall strategy. We have so many components in the ministry, from the global sales to our verticals, romance, digital communications, that it all comes together quite nicely. We market and we promote the destination, and on the ground is where we deliver on expectation.
The conference also emphasizing collaboration with leaders, sharing best practices and exploring creative solutions to boost tourism across the islands.
The energy was just palpable within the room. They had the opportunity to tell their side. It was a challenge sometimes to get them almost to stop. They were just that invested. And it gave us an opportunity to hear firsthand, not just in what's written in a report, that these are the challenges we're experiencing. And they know that they're being heard. They're going to go back energized. They're going to go back ready to just take the strategies to the next level.
Most of the major islands have an office or a rep, and so we are all presenting, sharing information on all of the islands, and that way we're not working in a vacuum, but sharing the information, what works best in your island, how you're doing it, and we're all learning from each other.
Bringing the hundreds of closed rooms back online. That from former Minister of Tourism, Dionisio de Aguilar. He was answering questions in reference to hotel room rates and Bahamas' $350 million expansion on the sideline of Thursday's Clearboat Adventures launch.
It was definitely in the cards, and I'm glad it's coming to fruition. I think of something that we've all missed, and the press says nothing about, is the fact that there are 600 rooms over to Atlantis that are just sitting vacant, that no one's doing anything with, and they're all dead in the water. And I think that the government should really bring pressure to bear to bring those 600 rooms back online. I mean, they obviously need some work, but they're constructed, they're sitting there, and they're not being used. So it would be good to see what the plan is with that.
You're watching the Bahamas Tonight at 11. More news in just a moment. Stay tuned.
Hear that? If you listen closely, you can hear the heartbeat of a nation. That unique sound of a great country, pounding with colorful history, a rich culture, and unwavering ambition. When you look around, you recognize its pulse. The people who love to celebrate, who identify with triumph, a people who know how to be our brother's keeper. Commonwealth Bank, built by Bahamians, here for Bahamians, Bahamians helping Bahamians.
You've got termites and need to get rid of them fast? Trust Rentokil Initial. With over 60 years experience in the Bahamas, the global brand, training, and expertise can't be beat. Only Rentokil Initial gives you a 3-year warranty and payment plan options on termite fumigation. No one can match the range of treatments we offer, such as fumigation, pre-construction treatments, termite monitoring, and more. No matter where you are in the Bahamas, we will come to you. When it comes to complete termite eradication, there's only one name, Rentokil Initial.
Hey, what's up, Mario?
Hey, Dale, what's going on?
Have you seen ZNS new digital platforms?
No. Let me go check it out.
Good day, Bahamas. I'm Devontae Hanna, and this is ZNS Digital,
where we cater to your news and entertainment needs. Are you a foodie? I thought so. Then look out for Digital Bites.
Shining a light on Bahamians and the good that they do, ZNS Digital is home to the sunshine one.
Keeping up with the latest trends, our original content will keep you entertained.
Yeah, that's cool.
But have you seen the new website?
No, I didn't see it. Let me go look.
We're still your most trusted source for news and information.
That's ZNS Digital?
Yeah, that's ZNS Digital, the people station in your pocket.
By giving unconditionally, not expecting anything in return, I thought was a wonderful way of showing this love, and I believe that it is love that truly draws people, and so I thought we could cover a lot more people by feeding. Volunteers, you know, they have truly been sold.
My passion is to help, and I thank God for what I can do through the help of Bahamas Feeding Network.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Bahamas Striping Group of Companies.
Local government junior elections are underway in the Family Islands. In fact, registration, which has been ongoing for the past 2 weeks, ended today. Our Carla Palmer is in Inagua for the event there.
The All-Age School in Matthewtown, Inagua, is one of 40 schools throughout the Family Islands
participating in the local government junior council elections. National coordinator of the program, Kristen Palacios, was present Friday to witness students signing up to vote.
We mimic the election process as closely as possible. Students are engaged and given the opportunity to be registration clerks. They serve as revising officers where they write up their cards, they take their photos, they interview their fellow students. This is done simply to give them the opportunity to experience what it is, to know the electoral process.
Amapola Hanschel is the school's principal.
It is a learning process, and as we know in our Guale school and all schools throughout the Bahamas, our key goal is to educate our students. This is just a stepping stone for our students who are entering the real world. One day they may have to register and vote in a general election.
Once this registration process ends this Friday, students beginning next week will present themselves as candidates to be nominated for various posts.
Because of the student population here in Inagua, their council will be a 5-member council.
Local government junior council elections is expected to take place in October. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Carla Palmer.
Some 65 youngsters in the Carmichael district getting an opportunity of a lifetime thanks to the Carmichael Road Urban Renewal program. The youngsters who meet the requirements can qualify for academic and technical scholarships at the Bahamas Technical and Vocational Institute, Galilee College or Cyber Training School. The program's brainchild, officer in charge of the Carmichael Urban Renewal Program, Assistant Superintendent of Police, Nathalie Ranger, says the teens are being given a new lease and new path for success.
When they can land a good job, when they're educated, when they're trained, they can land a decent job, they'll be able to take care of themselves better, their families better. They will stop hanging on the street. They would not get involved in criminal activities because they now have education, they are now certified.
The Louis Jean DePuche Law School celebrates its silver anniversary after being established back in 1998. The institution plays a pivotal role in the country, with graduates serving the community here in the Bahamas, the region, and across the Commonwealth. Principal Tanya Bastian-Galanis was one of the first hires at the law school when it opened decades ago. She highlighted the institution's noted alumni.
We have graduates from this law school who sit in the Supreme Court in the Bahamas. We have graduates who sit elsewhere in the region. We have attorneys general who sit. Our current attorney general is a graduate of the Eugene DePuche Law School. We have 2 judges now, at least 2, who sit in the Supreme Court. And we have even individuals who taught at this law school who are sitting in courts here in the Bahamas and around the region.
Tomorrow, the latest cohort of students will graduate from the law school. It will be a proud moment for senior tutor Clive Guy, who was also at the school when it opened back in 1998.
We have graduated over 600 attorneys from this institution in a very short time, some of whom are already judges. So it's an absolutely excellent place, absolutely excellent students, and we aim for excellence in all that we do.
Marcellus Hall has a look at what's coming up in sports.
Sports Friday night, New Providence Softball Association Championship Series getting underway. Details on how Game 1 went just ahead in sports.
A decade ago, the Bahamas Striping Group of companies was birthed out of a passion to change the way we travel. From only a $5,000 grant, the tenacity and work ethic has propelled BSGC to one of the leading road management companies in the Caribbean. We pride ourselves on going the extra mile where others won't, through the use of our state-of-the-art equipment and our certified team. Although the success is commendable, the road has been long. Yet, the mission continues in striving to be a world-class organization ran by Bahamians for Bahamians. With the help of our experienced and hardworking team, we at the Bahamas Striping Group of companies are committed to making a difference, one road at a time.
Battling for Bay is a joke compared to battling colon cancer.
You want to protect your quarterback? You need to protect your body.
The same way we declare that we will be victorious on Bay Street, it's the same way you will declare that you'll be victorious over colon cancer.
Colon cancer is the third most common cancer affecting Bahamians. Both men and women are affected equally. Fortunately, colon cancer can be prevented by scheduling routine visits with your doctor, by being aware of the symptoms, and by having some form of colon cancer screening when appropriate. If you're over the age of 45, talk to your doctor about having a colonoscopy today so that you can avoid a conversation about colon cancer tomorrow.
We are here in the time of need. There's no discrimination. The mission is to relieve the suffering. We volunteer, we deliver care. With donors and partners, we're always here to turn compassion into action. Protecting life and health with the training throughout the year. We empower to heal the world. There is hope, assistance with disasters. There is shelter and love for our people. We can work together to help those in need. So volunteer with us and donate to show you care. There is hope, assistance with disasters. There is shelter and love for our people. We can work together to help those in need. So volunteer with us and donate to show you care. Together, let's build a more resilient Bahamas. Community farming for food security. Climate programs suited for our island country. Together, let's build a more resilient Bahamas.
This message brought to you by the Bahamas Red Cross Society in conjunction with the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
Welcome to your ZNS Total Sports Check on a Friday, everybody. I'm Marcellus Hall. Last night, the New Province Softball Association was hoping to get some championship action in, would the weather permit. Let's take a quick look and find out. After a few postponements due to the inclement weather, New Province Softball Association Championship Series finally getting underway at the Bankers-Field. First game, ladies affair, defending champs Sunshine Auto Wildcats versus the R&B Operators. This one called after 4 innings. Wildcats dominating the Operators here, 14-3. 3-0 lead actually after the first inning. R&B gave up the 14 runs over the next 3 innings thanks to 2 big hits by Wildcats catcher Jasmine Scavala, who despite the win felt her team started sluggishly.
Defense, we started off a little shaky, to be honest. Like in the second inning, we pick up. We started to play as one, as a team, as we should be as one. And as we come along, it was a good game.
From one catcher to another, Operators backstop Aaliyah Ferguson was disappointed with the loss, but feels they can certainly bounce back.
For starters, we are playing against the #1 pitcher at this time. We just have to wake up our bats a bit earlier to get on top. We were away today, so we started to come out a bit flat, but once those bat wakes up, we should be good.
In the men's feature contest, Cybertech Blue Marlins scored 5 runs off of Mighty Mitts pitcher Alcott Forbes in the 4th inning. That helped build on an early 1-0 lead. They would add 3 more in the 6th on the way to a 10-3 win over the Chances Mighty Mitts team, taking a 1-0 lead in that series. Both series continue on Saturday night. Back to baseball, where yesterday we told you that the Caribbean Cup Baseball Tournament will be held here in New Providence, October 23rd to 28th at the Andre Rogers Baseball Diamond. 5 other nations expected to be in attendance, along with Team Bahamas, which quoted Minister of State for the Environment, the Honorable Zane Lightburn, who was in attendance on behalf of the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture, to encourage Bahamians to support the tournament.
On behalf of the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture, we pledge our full support to this event, and we're excited for what's to come. So we encourage everyone to get their tickets and come out and support the events. And not just the event, but the athletes who who are prepared and will have their first-class talents on display.
Speaking of baseball, Jazz Chisholm and the Yankees in action yesterday against the Seattle Mariners. Jazz looking to break out of a slump would drive one deep and gone. This in the top of the third inning for a 2-run home run. Yankees, though, they would lose this one 3-2. And that's your look at sports for you here on this Friday. Our Friday weather forecast just ahead. Stay with us.
From June 1st to November 30th, the ZNS Radio and Television Network is the #1 source in the Bahamas for hurricane information before, during, and after a storm. Now is the time to choose your radio and television hurricane season ad packages. Get extra special rates and run the ads only when you want them to run. Call the ZNS sales office today at 502-3800.
Did you know that 1/3 of all traffic fatalities occur as a result of excessive speed? Excessive speed impedes a driver's point of perception, which affects braking distance. In the inner city, residential areas, and high pedestrian traffic areas, the speed limit ranges from 15 to 25 miles per hour. On the outskirts of the island, especially where a sign is not posted, the law dictates that the speed limit shall be 30 miles per hour. The maximum speed limit for the Commonwealth of the Bahamas is 45 miles per hour. Here are some safety tips for you. Avoid aggressive and distracted driving. Reduce excessive speed and drive at the appropriate speed to suit the current road conditions. Avoid operating a vehicle while impaired by alcohol or drugs. Be vigilant and always maintain good visibility of the road, and be mindful of other road users, such as pedestrians. Leave out in a timely manner to compensate for potential traffic delays. Even one life lost to traffic fatalities is one life lost too many. On behalf of the Royal Bahamas Police Force Traffic Division, please slow down.
This public service announcement is brought to you by FG Insurance Agents and Brokers, the Royal Bahamas Police Force Traffic Division, and the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
Covering the news seems easy, but we put thought into what we're doing. The Bahamas Tonight Access Now, here to inform, educate, and entertain. A new type of newscast featuring social media trends, news from around the islands, interviews with the people you like, sports, weather, and fabulous entertainment. That's a Bahamas Tonight Access Now with Marcellus Hall and LaDon Davis. Live, starting September 16th.
It's time to grow your church. Time to extend your message to all the islands in the Bahamas, into the Turks and Caicos Islands, and to the world via the ZNS app and website. It's time to broadcast your church's services on ZNS TV. To help you with that, ZNS has some exciting new packages with very good prices. It's time to call 502-3813 for details.
It's time now for a weather check with Basil Dean. Basil?
Good evening, Royston. We'll get you started in the tropics, and we have this area we continue to monitor in the Western Caribbean Sea, which could see some development taking place early next week. So we'll keep our eyes on that and keep you posted. And over in the Central Atlantic, we still have the remnants of a Gordon, which has been reduced to about a 10% chance in terms of development. It's encountering some hostile atmospheric conditions, but nevertheless, by Monday, maybe if conditions become more favorable, we could see it return to tropical storm status. And our satellite pictures showing quite a bit of moisture remains across the northwest and central parts of the country, courtesy of that mid to upper level trough, which is hanging in the area, but that too will begin to lift over the weekend, giving way to some clearing skies in the early part of next week. Increasing clouds tonight, 81 degrees for your low temperature. Tomorrow, we're looking at a thunderstorm in spots, particularly during the morning hours. Otherwise, the remainder of the day is going to be cloudy with a high temperature of 89 degrees. And your extended weather forecast shaping up like this. And tomorrow, we'll have quite a bit of showers in the forecast, particularly in the morning hours. And then on Sunday, we'll have a mixed bag of clouds and sunshine. A few showers more on Monday, but as we head into Tuesday, middle of the week, lots of sunshine returning to our forecast, and we'll start to see those 91-degree temperatures. Royston?
Thanks, Basil. Well, that does it for the Bahamas tonight at 11. Thank you for continuing to make ZNS your first choice for news and information. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. Thank you for watching and have a great night.
At Rusty Bethel Drive, I'm Paisol Forbes. This is ZNS.
Coming to you from Hollywood, almost live, it's Comics Unleashed, Hot Chocolate, with your host, Byron Allen. Tonight, Byron welcomes Leslie Jones, Ralph Harris, Dean Edwards, and Roy Wood Jr. And now, the recipient of Michael Jackson's original nose, Byron Allen.
Some fun tonight. A lot going on in the news. Did you see this? Scotland Yard has opened an exhibit of artistic fakes, including numerous Picassos, Chagall's, and Madonna's accent. Here's some bad news. A Florida man playing in a swamp was eaten by a 12-foot alligator. Yeah, but the good news is I just saved a ton of money on my car insurance by switching to Geico. Say hello to DJ A1. Some very funny people here tonight. Dean Edwards. Roy Wood Jr. Leslie Jones. And Ralph Harris. Now listen, I understand you're enjoying the single life?
Well, you know how that is. All the single ladies in the house say, hey! Hi. What's up, you lonely? You know that's how we do it, Byron. You know that's how we do it. I'm single. Independent. But when we close that door, we be like, oh, Jesus. Oh, can you take the wheel, Father?
Now, Roy, did you just celebrate a birthday?
Yeah, man, but I don't know about celebrate, but I had one. I don't really celebrate. You know, you go out to these restaurants, and I go out with my buddies, and they snuck and had the people come and sing the stupid song to you. You ever go, like, I go to a restaurant by myself to get, like, some cheesecake and an unsweet tea, and I'm waiting on it, and I look, and my server is over there singing to some 88-year-old dude. He's old, he's probably dead at the table. He knows the words to the song. He's 88. You don't have to sing the song to him, and that's not fair to the other people in the restaurant, because I'm waiting on my food, and my server's over there singing to your old man. With your granddaddy, where's my cheesecake? That's how I feel. And then you get kicked out of Applebee's.
So one of your kids just celebrated a birthday, right?
I have two little girls, man. You see those little girls, you realize those are two to worry about. Man. Like deep down, men want sons. You know what I mean? Like every man, like I love my daughters to death. They are soldiers. They hold you down. But deep down, you're hoping you like, come on, little boy. You know, you want that little boy to come out so you can take credit for something, man. You know, you have a little boy and he's a good athlete. People like, you know, your son's pretty good. You're like, where you think he got that from? You know. All I get is blame for how bad they act. And it's weird because I was there when the babies came out. you know, and my wife got mad because I didn't want to watch. You know, she's like, why didn't you want to watch? And I was like, cuz that's too much information, you know? Like, ladies, no man wants to watch the child come out. And my wife got me, she's like, well, you never had problems rummaging around. She used the word rummaging. You know? like it's a luggage rack. I find it. They're somewhere. And those babies, man, you see them come out and your whole world changes. Because my wife was screaming at the time, oh, God, get it out to it, too. You know, she started speaking, I don't care, you know, and the baby came out, and you know, you see that child come out, and she's screaming at the top of her lungs. You realize she been lying to you for a long time, dog. Because my daughters came out 6 pounds, 14 ounces. I guarantee there ain't a man in here that's 6 pounds, 14 ounces, dog. I ain't 6 ounces. I ain't doing no damage. Now I feel confident when I make love. She's like, oh, I'm like, don't, I was there rummaging. Don't try to fool me.
Give us some Denzel Washington.
Hey, you're watching Comics Unleashed with the man, the myth, Byron Allen. Stay tuned for more.
We'll be right back. Don't go away.
For more laughs, visit comicsunleashed.com. Closed captioning brought to you by...
From June 1st to November 30th, the ZNS Radio and Television Network is the #1 source in the Bahamas for hurricane information before, during, and after a storm. Now is the time to choose your radio and television hurricane season ad packages. Get extra special rates and run the ads only when you want them to run. Call the ZNS sales office today at 502-3800.
If you're looking for a show that inspires, encourages, and lifts up the soul, then Rhythm of Faith is the show for you. Artist of the Week showcase, persons that gives you the story behind the song. Catch Rhythm of Faith, Sundays, 6 p.m., ZNS Television Network.
All right, welcome back to Comics Unleashed. Now, Birmingham, are you from Birmingham?
Birmingham, Alabama.
All right.
I love my hometown, man, but it is one of the most non-diverse places. Because I don't know if y'all noticed or not, but like in Alabama, we haven't gotten our first shipment of like Mexicans yet. We haven't. And I want them. You know, I want some diversity. You know, we have to rent them from Atlanta when they get back Tuesday by midnight. That's just too much of a hassle. Because I love Latinos. Because there's more Latinos in America than black people, man.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's like, what sucks about that is that like in some parts of America, you know, like, black people hate on Latinos, man, and that makes no sense to me. You know, I got homeboys back home, man, only reason Latinos get rights is because what black folks did in the civil rights movement. Which is true, but that was the point of the civil rights movement. To be sure that everybody got some... How you gonna march for equal rights and then get jealous when somebody else trying to get equal rights? That defeats the purpose. I heard Martin Luther King, I Have a Dream speech, he did that for all races. There wasn't no Cuban disclaimer at the bottom. I have a dream. Blacks and Protestants, Jews and Gentiles, but no Cubans unless they got a good curveball and they can pick some fruit. I have
a dream. Let me ask you something. Is it always the man's fault?
No. And let me let you know something, ladies, about men. They don't give a damn chip right here, installed right here. And it's activated as soon as you open up your mouth. Okay? Because, you know, as women, we hold on to stuff too long. I went out with this guy for 3 years. Great guy, great relationship. He cheated on me, but I forgave him. But ladies, you know we really ain't forget about that. You know we ain't forget about it. Every time we got into an argument, I brought it right back up. He couldn't get away with nothing. He'd be like, yo, baby, you know we out of cookies? What?
this slide. You're supposed to only eat cookies with me. I'm the only cookie eater here in the house.
Now, what's the story? You talking about getting married? I heard you were thinking about getting married.
No, that's a lie. Marriage is really nothing but just two people that agree on a bunch of stuff. I mean, that's all any relationship is. Just two people. Hey, you go to church? Hey, I go to church too. Okay, well, do you watch movies? Yeah, I like movies too. All right, well, let's have sex forever. Okay, let's have sex. Can I really promise to agree with you forever? I can't do that. I don't even know if I like CSI Miami or CSI New York. I can't do one of those.
I heard you weren't a big fan of rappers and movies.
They're doing a Bad Boys 3, but they're not bringing back Martin Lawrence and Will Smith. They talking about having Jay-Z and 50 Cent in there, man. They gonna be miserable driving and say something, hey, OJ, you wanna take the wheel? I wanna lay down in the back seat right Jay-Z gonna be all sounding nervous. Yo, how crazy is that? They got guns and everything. Denzel Washington's the acting coach. So you said you want to be actors? Is that what you're coming here? No, don't you lie to me. Don't you lie. Yo, hey,